That's it. You're not eating anything else. And that was a big change, because, you teachers would get together and, oh yeah, someone made me these cupcakes. Someone made me these, whatever. Oh, hey, here, let's pull out the bag of chocolates that I got for, whatever. And, when you're out of school, there's Christmas and there's Halloween and there's Valentine's Day and you go into the break room and there's just baked goods all over the place. That's what we do in our society. Like we placate ourselves with food is what we do, right? That's how, there's that meme like, hey, thanks for making us, millions of dollars. Here's some pizza, in the break room. You've seen that meme before at companies, but yeah, there were lots of times when I very first started getting healthy that someone would knock on my door and they had this cart. They'd go, oh, it's like Bagel Tuesday. We've got this bagel, that bagel, and we've got all these different cream cheeses. Would you like donuts? Would you like orange juice? Would you like coffee? Would you like? And I just, no thanks. And they would go off to the next room. So, but yeah, I think we all have to master our environments, master our own environments, because we live in a hypocaloric environment. We have a lot of access to cheap, easy, hyper palatable dopamine hits via food. We do.
So what was that process like when you started getting off all that sugar stuff, especially with how addictive, sugar, caffeine really affects the body?
It's, honestly, I didn't think it was all that bad. And maybe it was because, when you're teaching, you're on your feet a lot, you're moving a lot, you're distracted, like you're very busy. I think it would be harder for someone who had a desk job that they just kind of like sat at their desk and worked at their computer. I know, you're talking about the transition between teaching and doing this full time. It was way easier to stick to my diet when I was teaching, way easier. Because now I work from home, right? Like the pantry's right in the other room. There it is. Like whenever I want it, there it is. And yes, I have plenty of work to do, but it's just, it's different. And with teaching also had a lot of built-in advantages when it came to health. Number one, you could be on your feet all day and getting lots of steps in pretty easily.
That's true.
Yes, there are some teachers who will plop themselves down at the desk and they'll just yell stuff from the desk, and okay. But I just told myself, like, don't allow yourself to do that. Just like, when the kids are working, instead of sitting at the desk, stand up and drink your coffee and slowly walk around and observe them and ask them if they have any questions and interact with them. And I just kind of saw it as like, I'm sure the kids would like me to do this because they want me to be more involved and they want me to be a better teacher. Number one. So that's a positive. And number two, I'm getting steps in, right? So over the course of the day, naturally as a teacher, I might get 15,000 steps without even really trying. So if I, controlled my lunch, had a high protein, smart lunch, was intelligent with my planning of the lunch. I told myself, you're not eating anything else. You're not eating the crap in the break room. You're not eating no candy dishes. No, sometimes like the cafeteria will have like leftover food and they'll be like, hey, we have like 10 free walking tacos. Who wants it? Like, no more saying yes to stuff like that. Right. That was a rule. And then stay on your feet all day. So I kind of set these like little goals for myself to do that. And that really helped like the weight loss, to me. Right. There's lots of different sources of dopamine. You want your sources of dopamine to be natural sources, where you do something good and you feel good because of it, right? Something that will make the future you happy, something that will improve the future you. So you're asking like, so how difficult was it to like get off of the sugar, get off of the junk food? It was such an immediate benefit. Like my digestion felt better. My energy levels felt better. I felt lighter on my feet. And I knew I was doing something healthy. So that made me feel good about myself, made me feel confident. And that started to develop a positive feedback loop.